everyone, welcome back to RachandBellaCrafts. Rachel here. Today's video I just want to show you all how I made my boho snippet. I've been sat here working on it today and I suddenly thought I really should show you all how I've done this rather than just put a picture of it up. I didn't have a clue what to do when I started, but I am really pleased with the outcome, so I just thought I'd share my technique with you all. I don't know, you might not call it a technique, you might think, gosh, that's a bit of a shabby way of doing that, but I found it really helpful. So I'm just going to lower you down a second just so that you can see in a better detail. I hope that's near enough for you now. There we go. Sorry about being moved about. So if I start this end, so what I've basically done is, I'm going to just pop that there so you can see it while I show you some of the pieces that I've used. I've got these lovely squares of material. I bought them from a lady in our Facebook group, whose name I can't remember at the moment, but I will put the link in to her shop. And she sent me loads of these squares of fabric. Now they're very thick, they're beautiful, absolutely stunning way that they're put together, but they're very thick and very durable, is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, and well made, so you know that whatever you're making with them is gonna stay together well. That was a bit of a thinner one there, but that's all right. So basically what I've done is I have taken, I think I've used, let me turn this over a second, you'll be able to see on the other side. There we go. So I've taken 3 here for this snippet. You see that there? It's like a conveyor belt, isn't it? Ooh, it's like the Generation Game. Any of you remember that? It's a cuddly toy. No. Right, so I've cut them in half. That's the first thing I did. I took 3 and I sliced them in half, and then I stitched them to each other. Oh no, I got 4 on this, so I can see it now. Right. Oh, gosh, I got my reading glasses on, can't you tell? I can't see a thing. So I cut them in half and then I've stitched one to the other, so like a train. Okay, so that was that then became my base. So I flipped it over. So then what I did was I went and got some other scrap fabrics that I've got. I had lots of fabrics, beautiful fabrics and trims sent to me by my lovely friend Mehtaj, who also sells boho trims, and I will put the link to her shop down below for you as well. And she sent me loads of things when we did a swap in our group a couple of minutes ago now, I think. So what I've done is I've basically sat down and, oh, it's a good place to start, isn't it, sitting down? I sat at the desk and cut lots of little snippets like this in all different colours, and I wasn't worried about what colour they were, or because obviously this is boho, so anything goes, which is fabulous. The more colourful the better. So I just had lots and lots of squares like this, okay? And I sat at the machine, so I started with the roll, and I literally just had it in the front of the sewing machine, and I put the foot on it, and then I added, so imagine now I'm threading my, I'm not going to show you with the machine on because it's just really noisy, you won't hear what I'm saying, but imagine this is my sewing machine, so as I'm pushing this through, I'm literally placing fabrics, little fabric squares like this, and I just did a long running stitch. I don't know what that fluffy stuff is. A long running stitch, you know, and I just tried to mix them up so that the colours weren't all the same together. And then I did that all the way down. So that was the first thing I did, was just pitch like that with these little squares. So once I'd done that and gotten all the way to the end, because then you can see then, you know, that's what these are overhanging here, look. So they're all like diagonal shapes. So then the next thing I did then, so I turned it around and then I came backwards over it then, and then I added layers then. So I started adding extra things. So like here, for instance, you can see I've got, I hope you can see anyway, I've got some lace. And then on top of that, I used some fabric from the scarf that I've used on the cover. of the journal. And what I literally did was, as I was feeding it into the machine, I just bunched it up like that and then placed it on there, jammed the foot of the sewing machine down on top of it, and then just did the running stitch straight across the top. But that's how I then got left with this lovely, and I did actually purposely put a little bit of that fluffy stuff that comes off the sari in the top, because I wanted it all to be really like frayed. And but obviously the idea is it's not meant to be, you know, flat and stitched right down. It's meant to be tactile, isn't it? You know, I mean, you think of boho, it's, you know, there's always lots of fabrics and these lovely glittery pieces. So yeah, so I did a running stitch all the way down, added the lace on. Here I added those bits of the viscose, and then some more lace, and I came down. So here I've added in, oh, I got a piece of that to hand show you what that was. This is, it looks like a piece of carpet. It really isn't. No, I don't know, I've shoved that now. But that's like a wool trim, and then I had some of this. So I literally was just, I would stop, you know, as I've added a bit, stop the machine, you know, don't do a running thing all the way down, because you want to be stopping anything. And then I was putting a bit of thread in, trim there up against the needle and running straight through it. I used some of well, the lacy things there. I used some of this. That was this bit here, and I left all the thread free on the side because I thought it looked good. Then I got some nice lace and I cut it in half. So I tried to keep the butterflies intact, and then I've run that down there, but I haven't kept it all really flat to the fabric. I've allowed it to kind of bunch itself up a bit because it just looks more fun. And then I also added some bits of trim like this, so that's gone in across the middle there. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, this section here is on 4 layers. I also used some of this, which I believe is upholstery trim, isn't it? It looks like upholstery trim, but I popped that into the middle as well because I thought that was a bit fun. But my goodness, you know, the great thing about with boho is anything goes. So I literally just was running the stitch through the edge and then stopping that, turning it around and then going back again the other way. And then to finish off then I did some funky stitches there rather than just a running stitch. I put on my pattern stitch and I ran that through the centre of some of the bits and pieces there, just to mix it up a bit, and because I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna you know, when I cut it, I wasn't quite sure which bits are going to be on show. You know, I can further embellish on this now. I can use these as clusters if I want to cut them down. So, you know, you'd have like a section there, lots of bright colours on it. And then you can add then, you know, when you get the embellishments here, like we were just using, I was using in the last video, sorry, to, oh, see, I've done 2 today, let 9 being thrown now. You can use those to embellish the top. Goodness, what else have we got here? Oh, we've got some of this lovely trim stuff here. You could add that to it, and again gives it another dimension. Again, leave it twisted even, just to make it a bit more interesting, and we want lots of frayed trailing bits as well. But it was really easy, and I think it was easier once I stopped thinking about it, because I spent a good 10-15 minutes like thinking, how am I gonna put this together now? Where do I start? And I just thought, oh, Rach, you're just really overthinking this now. You just need to just get in the machine. Just go for it. So, there we go. As simple as that. That's how I made my boho snippet roll. So, it'd be great to see some of yours if you guys do some. And put some pictures up and tag me either on Instagram or Facebook, either one. But just be good to see how all your projects are going. I'm working on the boho journal now for all of this week. So if you do have any boho themed pictures you want to share, pop them on, because I'm always looking for some inspiration. But yeah, simple as that. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with you again soon. Bye now.